In 2012, we saw many examples of good ethical behaviour, but unfortunately, it was also a year with plenty of unethical business activities. Let's start with the good. In the UK, we followed the sporting and organisational success of the London 2012 Olympic and Paralympic Games. Who can forget the army of unpaid volunteers demonstrating integrity, honesty and diligence, upholding the good reputation of the Games? In contrast to this, we saw China, South Korea and Indonesia's women's badminton teams disqualified for match fixing in order to gain advantage in later rounds. This caused much debate as to whether their strategy was a legitimate tactical pursuit, against the rules of the game or indeed against the spirit of the Olympics. The Games were a high point of 2012, which was a year when questions over compliance, integrity and self-interest versus the public interest were often answered by evidence of greed and sharp, sometimes illegal practice. A key issue was the fine line between legal compliance and unethical, unfair behaviour. We saw large corporations such as Amazon and Starbucks pay little or no tax in the UK, despite large revenues. Admittedly legal behaviour, but outside the basic sense of fairness when they rely on the UK infrastructure to do their business. We also saw a lack of integrity within the financial world, as banks were found to have manipulated the LIBOR rate, formerly a measure of trust in the financial markets. This is in addition to the mis-selling of products to customers, resulting in many compensation payouts. They lost out not only financially, but the realisation by the public that banks can and do routinely act unethically has led to a very damaging lack of trust, which will be hard to regain. Looking forward to 2013 and beyond, early news stories, including the admission by Lance Armstrong, sporting hero to many, that he had taken performance-enhancing drugs before securing a record-breaking 7 Tour de France victories, despite rigorous denial of this previously. The identification of horse meat in beef products and the challenges voiced by whistleblowers in raising concerns within the self-defined open culture of the NHS suggest that ethical issues will not fade away from public attention. For accountants, integrity is the key. The relationship between legal compliance, transparency, fairness and the public interest will continue to garner profile from the world at large, and the accountancy profession, with its public interest driver, is a guardian of our public confidence. In particular, we may expect further debate about how both organisational culture and the law can better support those people who conclude that they must publicly stand up for ethics and blow the whistle on poor behaviour and illegal practice. If there's one thing we can learn from all the financial and other scandals that have hit this year, it is that the value of integrity isn't something that is really considered until it is lost. But once lost or tarnished, it is very difficult to rebuild.